Good evening. Thank y'all for your patience. I know a lot of you had to deal with this I-95 traffic, but I will now officially call the Dumfries Town Council meeting of Tuesday, February 4th, 2025 to order. Okay. Okay, got it. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Peterson. Councilmember Pete.
Here.
Councilmember Fields.
Here.
Councilmember Young.
Here.
Chair Pro Tem Miles. Vice Mayor Nickerson. Mayor Wood.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have Pastor Mason Phillips to come and open us up and give us our opening prayer.
Well, Father, we take a moment right now to pause and to thank you for your goodness and thank you for your continued work and blessing over this community. Lord, as this council's gathered together, I pray that you would be with each leader, each member, that you would grant them wisdom to continue to make decisions that impact the good of this community. Lord, I pray that you would recognize those today as they're being recognized for the good things that they're doing. God, I pray that you would let them sense your goodness and your graciousness in their lives. Lord, we look forward to the celebrations and the recognitions. Lord, we know that it's a good thing to recognize good things. Lord, as the leaders of this community continue to make decisions and continue to evaluate options, Lord, I pray that you would expose any hidden thing, that they would see clearly and with wisdom make decisions that will benefit all the people that live in this area. Lord, we honor you tonight in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Would you all please rise as I lead you in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, please be seated. Next on our agenda is the adoption of our agenda.
May I move that we adopt the agenda for this evening?
Second. Okay, I'd like to make some amendments to the agenda. You have it passing up? Thank you. To your notes. All right, like the amend council action item number 10D with the following date changes on the resolution. Date change is going to be on the lease commencement date from February 1st to February 14th. And the monthly rent change to start from June 1st to June 14th. Yep. So on the resolution, we're going to change the lease date from February 1st to February 14th. And then the monthly rent date is going to change from June 1st to June 14th. All right. And then the second item to add a closed session to item number 11 in regards to the appointment of boards and commissions. So who made the motion in the second?
Motion was made by myself, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
Second by me.
Okay. Will you all accept the amendments? As I know we made a motion on the second.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Any further discussion? All right. Seeing none, Madam Clerk, would you call for the question?
Councilmember Pete.
Yes.
Councilmember Fields.
Yes.
Councilmember Young.
Yes.
Mayor Wood.
Yes.
Motion's passed.
All right. The agenda is passed. All right. First on our agenda is awards and proclamation. The first one is a proclamation honoring the Northern Virginia chapter of Virginia State University Alumni Association. It says, whereas Black history serves as an opportunity to recognize and celebrate those outstanding achievements, the contribution and the resilience of African Americans in shaping history and the future of our nation. Whereas the Nova Virginia State University Alumni Association was upheld with longstanding traditions of service, education, and community empowerment in Northern Virginia, demonstrating an unwavering commitment to fostering educational excellence and civic engagement. And whereas for more than 30 years, Nova VSUAA has provided scholarships to incoming freshmen, grants to continuous students, and book funds to support Northern Virginia students matriculating at Virginia State University, investing in the academic success of future leaders. Whereas they've contributed to the long-term financial stability of the university by annually adding to its endowment for more than 20 years, reinforcing its dedication to sustaining educational excellence. Whereas they have actively participated in college fairs across Northern Virginia, working alongside Virginia State University staff to ensure students are informed of higher education opportunities. Whereas through its adoption of the Hampton Middle School in Dumfries, the Nova VSUAA has provided vital support, including tutors, chaperones, instructors for after-school programs, school supplies, backpacks, and food assistance for students and families in need, while also funding tickets for students and faculty to attend cultural enrichment events. Whereas their annual Tree Family Initiative has provided essential items such as clothing, shoes, winter apparel for families in need, as well as bicycles to assist with transportation to work. It exemplifies the chapter's dedication to uplifting our community, where they've conducted this annual clothing drive that provide professional attire for students at the school and university, ensuring that they're equipped with resources necessary for success, while also supporting toy drives for over the last decade, bringing joy to the children during the holiday season. Whereas they have provided ongoing food support for those who have food insecurities, donating to the Capital Area Food Bank and many of the other local food banks. Whereas they have been an active participant in the Dumfries Juneteenth celebration and demonstrating a commitment to honoring the Black history and culture in our local community. Whereas they have done numerous humanitarian efforts beyond Virginia by providing financial assistance to address the Flint, Michigan water crisis and the Jackson State University water crisis, the California Fire Relief Initiative, showcasing its dedication to responding to urgent community needs. Whereas they have played a pivotal role in civic engagement, assisting in election night activities, serving as various election officers, participating in political events to promote the civil responsibility and voter participation. Their service and their leadership has exemplified the principles of Black history. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Council of Dumfries hereby commends and honors the Northern Virginia chapter of the Virginia State University Alumni Association for its extraordinary, can y'all say extraordinary? Commitment to education, service, and community development. Be it further resolved that this proclamation be presented during Black History Month as a testament to the chapter's lasting contribution to the town of Dumfries, Prince William County, and beyond, enduring the spirit of Black excellence and service that continues to thrive. Signed, Mayor Derek R. Wood, by order of the council. Yeah.
All VSU graduates, if you can please come forward. Make sure y'all in photo. VSU graduate. Yeah. I'm not knowing the beginning. Yeah. The Sigma Alumni Association. We still got love, but. All right. He crossed over 77. 77. I ain't gonna say that. All right, here we go. 3, 2.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'll do my best to be under my 3 minutes. Good evening. I'm Daryl Sharp, the VSUO AA Nova Vice President, and unfortunately, my president, Brenda Stiff, she could not be here today because she's not feeling well. First, I want to thank God because without him, none of this would be possible. And of course, you know, all these great chapter members play a significant role as far as, you know, all the community service work that we do. Our chapter is pretty huge, and we actually, you know, out of the 5 big chapters in the VSUAA, we actually won in 2024, we won the mega chapter of the year. So believe me, everything this chapter does is well documented. So that document you read, that's everything we put in our book to win. Next, thank you, Mayor Wood and the citizens of Dumfries for the this important award. The Northern Virginia chapter is extremely proud of this honor. Just a few words regarding who we are. You know, I know you know about our chapter, but what's important to us is making sure you know about our school. So I just want to highlight just a couple of things here. Virginia State University, it's a historical Black college and university founded in 1882 and is one of Virginia's 2 land-grant institutions and located in Ettrick, Virginia. With a current student population approximately 5,000, the university has 231 acres of campus, 11 residence halls, 18 academic buildings, and a 412-acre agriculture research facility. Virginia State University is accredited by the Southern Association of College and Schools Commission on Colleges to award baccalaureates, master's, and doctorate degrees. Virginia State University is the nation's first state-supported historical Black college and university to offer both a college program and a trade program. The Virginia State Northern Virginia chapter was formed in 1965. So right now we're about to celebrate 60 years with 10 members. And then eventually we grew to as many as 185. And we continue to strive to support our university and our community. Our community consists of Arlington, Alexandria, Fairfax County, Prince William County, Loudoun County, and points between and beyond. A point of pride for us is the first Black billionaire, Reginald F. Lewis, graduated from Virginia State College in 1965. Another accolade is if you like using global positioning systems, GPS, in your car or on your phone, you can thank Dr. Gladys West, 1952 and 1955, who credited with its development. She is one of the hidden figures and was inducted into the Air Force Space and Missile Pioneers Hall of Fame. And of course, our last one I want to also highlight, there's numerous generals that came from Virginia State, which is part of our great RO Reserve Officer Training Corps, which is considered ROTC. So not only are we good as far as all types of areas, but the military we're very good as far as Virginia State. And lastly, again, the Northern Virginia chapter, thank you for this award, and know that we will continue to do our community work whenever it's needed. Thank you.
Give it up. And our very own Councilman Phil started off as a service officer down there at Virginia State University. Yeah, so that's another fun fact. Y'all got a councilman. All right. Next is honoring the Northern Virginia chapter of Norfolk State University Alumni Association for Black History. Says historical Black colleges and universities continue and have played a vital role in education, empowerment, and advancement of African-American students, and Norfolk State stands as a pillar of excellence in higher education. The Greater Northern Virginia chapter of Norfolk State University Alumni Association, GR Nova NSUAA, got it. It has exemplified a profound commitment to service, mentoring, and scholarship, supporting both its alma mater and the broader community for over 25 years. And whereas they have been recognized as the 2020 and 2021 NSUAA Chapter of the Year, a testament to their outstanding leadership, dedication, and impact. The chapter has provided life-changing opportunities for students through its annual Spartan Express campus tour, introducing high school students in the area, particularly from the Freedom High School, to the rich academic and cultural experiences at Norfolk State. They have consistently awarded scholarships to deserving students, ensuring that financial barriers do not hinder their educational success. The chapter's commitment to community extends beyond education, demonstrated by their continuous monetary support for the Nova Project Give Back, which provides Thanksgiving dinners to families in need. Whereas they have actively engaged with students, parents, and educators by participating in over 18 college fairs and community events, encouraging students to pursue higher education and showcasing the opportunities available at Norfolk State University. Whereas their passionate dedication and committed members embody the mission of their alma mater by seeing the future in their students and providing them with the support and resources achieved. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Council of Dumfries proudly recognize and honors the Greater Northern Virginia chapter of Norfolk State University Alumni Association for its remarkable contribution to education, service, and community empowerment. Be it further resolved that this be presented as a tribute to the chapter's enduring commitment and advancing education opportunities, uplifting the next generation and carrying forward the legacy of Norfolk State University. Signed by order of the Dumfries Town Council, Mayor Derek R. Wood. Behold. Oh, they wrote that up here.
I know, I saw it. I got the behold in there. I love it.
Like it, I like it. You're on each side, y'all don't have to be together all the time.
You know the twins? The graduates. Alex out.
Pages.
The whole thing.
All right. Go, 3, 2. All right, looks good, looks good.
All right, who gonna speak?
That's good.
National president. Okay.
I've been drafted. Well, so let's get to it. Good afternoon. My name is Tony Harrison. I'm the national president of Norfolk State University Alumni Association, but I'm a member of the Greater Northern Virginia chapter. I was president there for 6 years. It is a dynamic chapter full of leaders. We are so proud of what we've been able to accomplish over the last 25 years, and not just Dumfries and Woodbridge and Arlington and Alexandria and Sterling, all over Northern Virginia. You know, we are pleased to be able to represent Norfolk State University, to be that window as people think about Norfolk State and Northern Virginia, so far away. But you'll be surprised at how many alumni in this area that we know and some that we don't know. So we want to thank the Dumfries City Council for this honor. This is definitely, I've lived here for 20 years, so this is home for me now. And we are pleased that the Great Northern Virginia chapter, one of our 26 chapters around the world, are definitely one of the backbone chapters of the Norfolk State University Alumni Association, which allows us to do the things that we do for the students. You know, we do have something in common that Lori, the Virginia State National Alumni Association president, works in Norfolk State. We do a lot of things together. As you mentioned in the proclamation, it talked about the professional clothes closet, making sure the students have the clothing that they need, making sure that the students have food they need. We just concluded a 2-week campaign on Amazon wish lists, bringing in different types of food items, clothing, these ties that we know, the green and gold ties, anything that the students may need. We just completed Alumni Day this past weekend. It was a great event. We're all excited about some of the opportunities. We know that Michael Vick is now going to be our football coach, and that is going to, cause excitement. So we're looking forward to those big games. We just really are proud to be able to stand up here and talk about those things that you mentioned in the proclamation. Our big thing is our Spartan Express bus trip. We, Padris, the chapter came up with that idea because, as you know, when you do these recruitments, there's all these bus trips and they may go past Virginia State, they may go past Norfolk State, and they may end up in, we won't even say the names of some of the other schools. But we said we wanted to have an opportunity that would be cost effective, almost free for the students to be able to come down and see Norfolk State University firsthand, because it's one thing to look at a video or YouTube or pamphlet or one of those beautiful commercials you saw last night on ESPN when we beat North Carolina Central, but to be able to put your foot on campus and not just see the buildings, but sit down and talk to a professor, talk to the deans, see what the weather, see the food, walk the ground. So this is, a commitment you're going to make for the next 4 years, hopefully, sometimes 5, like some of us. But, we want to make sure that the students from Dumfries and Woodbridge have that opportunity to see Norfolk State in its splendor, as we say. So, Pages, unless there's something else you want me to mention, appreciate this opportunity to stand here. Appreciate your service to Dumfries and my good friend right there we've known for 20-something years. So we appreciate this honor. And as we always say, and we got 2 recent graduates in the back. They are working, so go see them because they have some work for you, an assignment. And again, as we always say, behold. Thank you.
Go ahead. Thank you for that, Mr. Tony. I do want to highlight one bullet here, guys, and he's actually representing the Dumfries area. But Mr. Tony is actually one of our statisticians at the Washington Wizards games.
All right, next is a proclamation honoring Mahogany Books. Whereas Black History is the time again to honor those achievements, resilience, and rich legacy of African Americans and their contributions in shaping the history, the culture, and the values of our nation. Whereas Mahogany Books with Derek and Ramunda Young have demonstrated an unwavering commitment to preserving and promoting Black history, culture, and empowerment through its work as a local, independent, and unapologetically Black-owned bookstore. And whereas Mahogany Books has contributed significantly to our local community by helping launch the diverse library at Potomac Senior High School, providing funding and expertise to enhance the educational experience of the students, whereas Mahogany Books has enriched the cultural landscape of Prince William County and beyond by amplifying the voices of local authors through special author signings, programming, community engagement, ensuring their stories reach and inspire a broader audience. And whereas throughout their Books for the Block program, Mahogany Books has given away free children's books highlighting Black authors and stories, including at the Manassas African American Festival, fostering a love of reading and cultural pride amongst local youth. The creation of the Black Books Matter Day and communities highlight its essential contributions in history of African Americans while celebrating the power and importance of Black literature. Whereas Mahogany's book's steadfast dedication to social entrepreneurship, cultural preservation, and education has made a profound impact on our region and continues to play a vital role in keeping Black history alive, empowering future generations to embrace their heritage and write new chapters of success. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Council of Dumfries does hereby recognize and honor Mahogany Book for their invaluable contribution to the preservation and promotion of Black history and culture, and for their commitment to enriching the lives of residents in Dumfries and beyond. Be it further resolved that this proclamation be presented during Black History Month with our deepest appreciation for the critical role you play in ensuring Black stories are told, celebrated, and preserved for generations to come. Signed, Mayor Derek Wood, by order of the Town Council.
First, to Mayor Wood and the Town Council, what an honor, what a humbling moment for us as entrepreneurs in this country, not just for today, but for the 18 years that we've been in business. So thank you for this honor, just to recognize our achievements like that. It does not go unnoticed. But we've been in business now, wow, 18 years and been married 22 years here. And so that's a whole other story right there. That's a whole other proclamation. No. But it has been a joy for us to do this work. And especially in light of the times that we have before us right now, where a lot of people think it is their opportunity, their responsibility to take our history away from us. And as Mahogany Books was created, specifically to say we're going to put that responsibility in our hands and not leave it to somebody else. Our work, our triumphs, our wins, our history is our responsibility to keep in front of everybody else. That's what we started this business 18 years ago in our one-bedroom apartment in Alexandria, Virginia at that time. Our whole premise was, how do we make Black books accessible no matter where you lived? I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma, grew up in Black Wall Street. And my entire life, I never knew Black Wall Street was 3 miles from my home. It was never taught in my books. Could you only imagine if I had known about the leaders, the entrepreneurs, the people who shaped business, if I knew that they were three miles from my home, how much taller and how much bolder I would be. And so for me, starting Mahogany Books says we're not going to leave that responsibility in somebody else's hands. And so over these 18 years, it's just been a true blessing to see the community wrap their arms around us and support us, from President Obama to Michelle Obama to Congressman Lewis. This little Black bookstore that started in an apartment building has just blown my mind. It's still very humbling to me that so many people across the world support Black books, and not just Black books, but Mahogany Books. But we're residents right here in Prince William County. We've been here for 15 years, and this community has done just great things for us personally and professionally, and we're just excited to be here. So thank you for this honor, this proclamation today, and thank you to the community. When we walked in, some people were like, "Oh, you're Mahogany Books." We were like, "Yes, we're very proud to be Mahogany Books." But I always tell people we wouldn't exist if you guys didn't exist. It's one thing to have a website and a beautiful building, but if nobody comes to the building, if nobody goes to Mahogany Books website, then we're just a beautiful building and a website. So it's all of us that get this proclamation. It's all of us that had made Black books a priority, and not just our personal lives, but in our professional lives. So I'm going to turn it over to my husband because I can talk and I enjoy celebrating us, but he's an amazing speaker too. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Young.
Well, thank you. So I think I have 10 seconds left. No. So thank you again for this recognition. We really do appreciate it. And really, the purpose of this work is for our community. It's for the people that surround us. It's for the people that we grow up with, the people that my son grew up with, because we want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to look in the mirror and see themselves as a valuable person, as a person who can accomplish anything, a person with unlimited capacity and potential. And for myself, what inspired me is reading books that had people that look like me, that told me about my history, my ability to accomplish great things. And this work for us is just our way to pay forward those things that I learned, that my wife learned, to other people, so that they can grow up and accomplish whatever their heart intentions are. They can accomplish whatever they want to accomplish, and they don't have to worry about someone telling them that they are less than. These books are important to people, no matter who you are, where you come from. It's important to understand your history. It's important to understand our contribution and how much more we can do in this country to make everyone's life better. So we appreciate this opportunity. We're going to continue to do work, not for the recognition, but because we believe in you guys, and we appreciate you all supporting us. And, I want to thank my wife for all the great work that she does as our community engagement person to make sure all these things are happening in the city of Dumfries and beyond. So we appreciate it. So we have, the things I didn't mention. So we are located, we have a website, mahoganybooks.com. We're located in National Harbor. We also just because it is important to make sure we're able to tell our stories. We just launched a podcast network called Mahogany Books Podcast Network. So all of the great authors that we interview, you have an opportunity to download them and listen to them on your walks, your runs, your drives to work. So and you can find that at mahoganybooksmedia.com.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Will Smith had selected them and wrapped their whole store when he did his book. I remember that, yeah, and all that. Some good stuff. Michelle Obama. All right. Well, we had 3 human rights commissioners here from Prince William County. How about that? This is so this next proclamation is honoring Curtis O. Porter. And fun fact, those of you, when you walked in this building, you are in the Wilma Porter building. So it's related to his family. How about that? Curtis O. Porter is a native of Prince William County with over 200 years of family history rooted in the historic Batestown's community of the Potomac District here. He has dedicated his life to serving the citizens and residents of Prince William County in various impactful capacities. From 1988 to 1992, Mr. Porter served as president of the Prince William County NAACP, leading critical initiatives to advance civil rights and equity within the county. And under his leadership as the NAACP president, Mr. Porter collaborated with pastors of historical African-American churches in the county to circulate petitions supporting the appointments of the Honorable Janice Bryce as the first African-American judge to serve in Prince William County Courthouse. Whereas during his tenure as the NAACP president, Mr. Porter also spearheaded efforts to honor the legacy of the Chin family. Many don't know, a historical African-American family in Woodbridge, Occoquan area, by petitioning the naming of the Chin Park and library in their honor. As president, he was also appointed Claude Thomas, a NAACP member and former long-serving Dumfries Town Council member, to represent the NAACP on the Prince William County Human Rights Study Group, which laid the foundation for the establishment of the Prince William County Human Rights Commission. In 1991, the Honorable Kathleen K. Seaflick appointed Curtis O. Porter to the Prince William County Human Rights Commission, where he has served as the chairman for the past 34 years. Yeah. Demonstrating a steadfast dedication and to advancing human rights and equity. Under his leadership as chairman, he hosted the founding meeting of the Virginia Association of Human Rights Commissioners in 1995, facilitating collaboration among human rights commissions across the entire Commonwealth. And as president of the Virginia Association for Human Rights, formerly the Virginia Association of Human Rights Commission, from 2016 to 2023, furthering the mission of human rights advocacy statewide. He was appointed by the Honorable Governor L. Douglas Wilder to serve on several state-level boards and committees, including the State Criminal Justice Service Board, the Virginia Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Advisory Committee, and the Virginia Interagency Coordinating Council, exemplifying his commitment to justice and public service. Whereas in 2024, Mr. Porter was appointed by Potomac District Supervisor Andrea Bailey to the Prince William County Historical Commission, continuing his dedication to preserving and celebrating the county's history. For over 32 plus years, he served as the vice chair of the Manassas African American Heritage Festival, which celebrates the contributions of African Americans in Prince William County and cities of Manassas and Manassas Park. And whereas his leadership has been tireless. Come on, say tireless. A tireless advocacy. It has left an enduring impact on the residents of Prince William County and the town of Dumfries, ensuring that Black history is preserved, celebrated, and used as a tool to inspire future generations. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Council of Dumfries hereby commends and we honor Curtis O. Porter for his exceptional service, his unwavering dedication, and his lasting contributions to citizens and residents of Dumfries, Prince William County, and the entire Commonwealth of Virginia. In witness thereof, signed Mayor Derek R. Wood by order of the Town Council.
No. For that. All right. That's a culture for service. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, thank you. I was just talking a little earlier to my fellow Trojan over here, and I found out he was an Alpha. And I neglected to tell him that I really don't have any problems with the Alphas. My father-in-law was Alpha. Only problem is two of his daughters married Sigmas and ended up with a Sigma grandson. So we're okay. We're okay. Mr. Mayor and members of the Dumfries Town Council, I am honored. I thank you so very much for recognizing me. One of my favorite speeches that Dr. King gave was called The Drum Major Instinct. And he gave it 57 years ago today, February 4th, 1968, 2 months before he was assassinated. He gave it at Ebenezer Baptist Church. And in that speech, he talked about that we all can be great because we all can serve. And I have really embraced that in my lifetime to be of service to the community. I've been honored to serve as the chair of the Human Rights Commission. I couldn't do that without two of my commissioners here today. Our parliamentarian, Ramonda Young, she's parliamentarian in the Prince William County Human Rights Commission. And Paige Prater is a commissioner as well. And I just share with people that it's unique. Prince William County, we're one of 5 jurisdictions in the Commonwealth of Virginia that have human rights commissions that can enforce human and civil rights law. Only 5. Prince William, Fairfax, Arlington, Alexandria, and Charlottesville is the newest one, and they base their commission on Prince William counties. You talked about some of the other things that I had done over the years, and again, everything was done collaboratively. I remember, just for historical, purposes, when we talk about the Honorable Judge Jan Bryce, Wellington being put on the bench, that came about because Senator Colgan had made a commitment to have a female on the bench, because there were none in Manassas at that time. Well, when he said that in the paper, your former president of ACP said, well, it's time to have a Black on the bench too. So we began the fight, to get an African-American on the bench. And we were successful. And I talk about the pastors of the historic churches here in Prince William County. They were kind enough to allow me to work those churches and get petitions to support the Honorable Judge Bryce. And she was selected as the first female judge, not only in Prince William County, but in Northern Virginia in 1991. She was the second Black female judge in the Commonwealth of Virginia because someone else started maybe 2 days early before she took the bench. And that's how that happened. And in creating the Human Rights Commission, it was a fight because the county executive, and some of you who've been to our programs know, the county executive in Prince William County at the time said, we needed a Human Relations Commission. In other words, we can talk about human and civil rights, but nothing we can do for you. But the NAACP flooded board chambers, and Prince William County Board of Supervisors in 1991 voted unanimously to create the commission that we have. And one other thing too, I'm a person of faith, and God has a way of doing things. It happened that when we got the Chin Park named after the Chin family, they owned a lot of what is Lake Ridge now, a lot of land down in that area. It just happened that we ran petitions to get people to name that park. I happened to have been on the library board at the same time I was president of NAACP. So I advocated for that family name, worked with the churches and the pastors again, got plenty of petitions. But the night the Prince William County Park Authority was going to take that vote, somebody got hung up in traffic, like traffic out here tonight,
they didn't have a quorum that night. Gave us 30 more days to push for the naming of that park, Chin Park. And the night that they voted in that park, I walked in and a member of the park authority told me, said, Curtis, you got it tonight. And it went unanimous of the park authority to name it Chin Park. So it's not about me. It's about us as a community. And I am just, grateful to the town of Dumfries for recognizing me. Thank you very much.
All right, our last recognition, but not the least for tonight, the 25th anniversary of the Virginia Black History Month Association, 25 years. Whereas the Virginia Black History Month Association was founded in 2000 with a mission to educate, inspire, and empower individuals by promoting and preserving the legacy of Black history across the Commonwealth of Virginia. And whereas for 25 years, the Virginia Black History Month Association has been a steadfast advocate for cultural awareness, historical preservation, and community engagement through programs, educational initiatives, and events that uplift and recognize African American achievements. Whereas the association has played a pivotal role in ensuring that Black history is not only acknowledged on February, but woven into the fabric of Virginia's historical narrative, engaging schools, organizations, and communities in meaningful discussions and activities year-round. And whereas through partnerships, outreach, and dedicated leadership, the Virginia Black History Month Association has expanded access to historical resources, provided platforms for Black voices, and fostered a deeper understanding of African American contribution in all facets of society. And whereas the impact of the association has been felt throughout Dumfries, Prince William County, and the entire Commonwealth, strengthening the ties between history, education, and civic engagement. Whereas on this milestone, the 25th anniversary, we recognize the founders, past, present leaders, and members of the Virginia Black History Month Association who have worked tirelessly to ensure that Black history remains a vibrant and integral part of our shared story. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Council of Dumfries does hereby commend and celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Virginia Black History Month Association, recognizing its dedication, its preservation, and promoting of Black history for future generations. Signed by order of the Dumfries Town Council, Mayor Derek R. Wood.
I'll get this.
Three, two.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. On behalf of our president, William Jones, I am Donna Coursey. He was unable to come on this evening. Mayor Wood, thank you for recognizing us and honoring us through this resolution. It's a privilege today to be able to say that we honor and maintain Black history being recognized from the young to the old. Most of our programs, we try to incorporate young people so that they are aware. We incorporate history through the elders. This year, I think the young lady who will be there is 101 years old. And so she will be one of our guests of honors. Won't tell you her name because you need to come out and support the program. But each year, over these 25 years, we began as a group of Marines wanting to do something to recognize Black history. Our first was formed on Quantico, but our first event was held on Fort Belvoir. Don't ask me why Marines were celebrating on an Army base, but we were. We are grateful, though, that for the opportunities that were presented to us through the bases. During that time, we had many officers and admirals come and be our speakers. We have since changed, and we bring Hollywood to the Northern Virginia area. This year, our speaker will be Erica Alexander. You may know her from Living Single. Before she was on Living Single, she was on The Cosby Show. And so she will be our speaker this year. Tomorrow, we still, every year, we open Black History Month with a prayer breakfast that's being held on Quantico tomorrow. And then the fourth or the last Friday in Saturday in February is when we hold what we call now, it used to be the dinner, but now it's the gala. And so tickets are still available if you'd like to come out and celebrate with us. We do, though in the community, we're providing scholarships, and we incorporate the children, and we offer a writing contest. It's important to encourage your children to write. We don't get many Blacks to contribute to the Black History Month writing contest. So tell your children, tell your grandchildren. It's in the elementary schools that they do that. And then in the high schools, we offer scholarships. So continue to support the education of what our history is, not only in this community, but nationwide. That's what we do. That's who we are, and we love it. On behalf of that, we have a pin from Mayor Wood, making you an honorary member of the Black History Month. This is the Virginia Black History Month Association. It's got acorns, and we're honoring honoring the past and preserving the future. So thank you. Thank you for honoring us.
All right, thank y'all for that. Next on the agenda is the approval of our minutes.
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the January 14th, 2025 meeting and 21st.
Mr. Mayor, I would like to second those minutes.
Okay, any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, call for the question.
Councilmember Pete,
Yes.
Councilmember Fields,
Yes.
Councilmember Young,
Yes.
Mayor Wood,
Yes.
that motion's passed.
All right. Is there any citizen signed up to speak tonight?
No speaker signed up to speak.
All right. We'll go to council comments. Councilman Young.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who came out here this evening. I wanted to do something real quick. I want you to repeat after me. I am Black history. Now I want you to say it like you mean it. I am Black history. Regardless of what culture you are, regardless of what race that people may say that you're from, today you are Black history. Because when tomorrow wakes up, or when you wake up tomorrow, this day will be history. So you are a part of Black history. I want to say also too, that I had the honor and privilege of attending the State of the County 2025 Forum this past, I think it was the 25th, if I'm not mistaken, and found out a lot of great information about the county. And that they have a lot of programs that not only are here in the town of Dumfries, but also in Prince William County that our citizens have access to. So my encouragement to you is to go on to the Citizens Connect for the town of Dumfries, check out some of those programs in which we have here in the town, but also what's going on inside of Prince William County where you live. The other one was the State of the District Community Open House, hosted by our very own Prince William County Supervisor, Andrea Bailey, and gave a little bit more closer to home of the reports. And I can truly say that I was proud to know that Dumfries, where everything started in this area, came from out of the town of Dumfries. And I'm just really and truly, I encourage you to go into your history books. And I thank you for Mahogany Books for continuing that legacy of having kids to read, having adults to read. I encourage you, go back into your history books and read about the town of Dumfries. It's a lot of rich history here, a lot. And Mr. Mayor, I thank you for this time. I yield.
Councilman Pete.
Yes, thank you there, Mr. Mayor. First, I would like to say thank you all for coming out today. This is amazing to see you, everyone in the house, because this just reminds me of something that we always say around here. Don't just drive through Dumfries, drive to Dumfries. And you guys are an example of what that mark is about right now today. I want to start off again by saying thank you to the residents of the town of Dumfries for reelecting me for my second term. And as I enjoyed myself on my first term, and I'm grateful that this town has elected me to represent them, and I will represent them well. Next, I want to say Happy Black History Month, as we'll be celebrating Black History Month all month. I'm one of the guys that I always post something on Facebook of, did you know? I'm finding out that there's a lot of stuff that I didn't know as we dive in deep into our researches and some of our history moving forward. Happy Valentine's Day to all the ones that will be celebrating Happy Valentine's Day, whether you're with a significant other or whether you're single. Enjoy that day. It's just a day to just relax and I guess to spend some money, right? I want to highlight some of the achievements and projects and programs that we've put in place as a council and that we're doing for the town of Dumfries, not for only our citizens to enjoy here in the town of Dumfries, but also we love to attract our surrounding communities. One of them is our Juneteenth parade, which will be coming up here soon. Our Juneteenth parade, which will be coming up here soon. Another one is our Black History Month celebration, which will be going on Sunday, February the 23rd at Little Union Baptist Church at 1750 Batestown Road in Dumfries, 22025. As I'm saying some of these things, I would ask that you go to your app store, and we've created a informational gap that helps you all get the information that we're putting out, and that's in our Dumfries Citizens Connect. If you can go to your app store and download the Dumfries Citizens Connect that we refer to a lot as DCC, you'll be able to get all of the events and programs and attractions that we're putting out right here within the town of Dumfries. It takes you like less than a minute to sign up for this. I see some of you all pulling out your phones now. By the time I'm finished, you'll be done downloading that. Again, it's Dumfries Citizens Connect in the App Store there. I want to highlight that the Rose is open in the town of Dumfries, the Rose Resorts. If you guys haven't been there, check it out. You don't have to go and I hear a lot of, well, I don't gamble. Well, sometimes I don't either. Sometimes I may, right? But I like to go up there, not just for the casino environment. There is also a entertainment side in the playbook they have up there. And then a lot of times for lunch or dinner, I may go to they have a food court up there that has a option of 5 different restaurants per se, but you can go up there and enjoy yourself. Do go up there. It doesn't cost anything to park, doesn't cost anything to get in. Go in there and have you a good time. Take the kids up there, get some lunch, or take your relatives that are coming in town to a nice attraction that we have pinpointed right here within the town of Dumfries here. Another a project that we're working on is the Clyde N. Washington Recreational Center. We're turning a old fire station into a recreational center right here in the walkable reach of our townhouse community right here on Grand Park Road there. That's to be coming soon. We also have right here at the corner of Possum Point and Route 1, we have the development of our Wawa that should be here in August, September timeframe, around that time frame. So be ready for that, 24-hour new design. I believe if I'm not mistaken, it's the first design in the Eastern region that we'll be having there. There's something like that. Wood. They have a wood stove. You can be able to get some wood pizza coming out of there. Go and enjoy that stuff. We're trying to bring drive to, not through. We're putting that together. So bear with us and stay tuned. We're actually moving on to all our Route 1 widening. Be ready for that, and be mindful as we're getting ready for that. Do understand as we transition through that there will be a little congestion and a little bit of traffic, but bear with us. We're trying to open that up so we can make it a flow through, right? One of my best visions here is, in moving on next, is the purchase that we just finished up of the Campbell property right here off of Possum Point, having this vision of a mini national harbor down here with the boardwalk and some waterfront amenities that we can enjoy right here in the town, which we actually just named as a council of the Town of Dumfries Waterfront District. So that's to be coming too off of Possum Point Road. Stay tuned. We have numbers growing at our events, right? Just to name a few, we have the Cops, Cones, and Council, which in its first event, we've seen over 245 participants at that event. We have our Fall Festival that we just finished up here in the fall, which was record-breaking. We haven't had this number before at an event, but we had over 1,100 participants at that event. To be correct, we had 1,178 participants that day. Do come out and enjoy the amenities. We also have reintroduced our summer concert series where we do a summer concert during the duration while everybody's in their leisure for the summer. The children are out of school. June, July, and August, we have something for you guys to do here because we want you to drive to Dumfries, not through Dumfries, right? Then we're moving on to this will be the third annual year for the Town of Dumfries versus the community basketball tournament. Now, if you guys haven't had some fun outside, this is one of the attractions that I would like for you all to, as you've downloaded the DCC app, the Dumfries Connection app, Citizens Connection app. I hope you did soon. This is another one that I would ask that you all attend, as we're doing a remarkable job with all of our events, and we're moving forward to make this town and surrounding community a happy place to enjoy. My last bullet I want to highlight is be ready for the beautification uplift that we're going to be doing around here within the town of Dumfries. We want, just like when I pull up to your house, they got flowers and things nice out there. Be ready for that to come into the town of Dumfries also. So not only are we going to be capturing attraction, we're going to be capturing you guys' eyes and putting a smile on your face. So, Mr. Mayor, that's all I have for the comments for this evening. And again, thank you all for being here today.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Fields?
Everything he said. Wow, what an amazing evening. And truly, I hope you listened to everything he said as far as the accomplishments that we as a town and we as a council have done over the years. Thank you. I'm in my third term. So thank you for being reelected again. We had a wonderful, absolutely wonderful swearing-in ceremony this past weekend for myself, Mr. Councilman Pete and Councilman Young. Oh my gosh, it was unbelievable. You want to talk about Black history? That event was history. And for those of you who might not know, because I'm the one that did the research, and I touted very proud, and Channel 9 and Channel 4 and everybody talked about it. We are the only all-Black council in the entire Commonwealth of Virginia. So to Mr. Young's statement that he made earlier, are we Black history? We sure are. Every time we step on this dais, we're doing it. Now let's talk about my HBCUs. Yes, I'm from Dinwiddie County and born in Petersburg. Dad went to Virginia State University. Graduated from Virginia State University. Mom worked at Virginia State University in cooperative extension for many years. I did the summer youth program, the Virginia State Gospel Choir, which in 1991 we won second place in the national championship. I mean, up in New York, gospel sing out, whatever you want to call it back then. But Susie was our director back then. Did I sing with you in the choir? You sing in the choir? No, wasn't you? Okay, all right. So, and then later on, become a campus police officer there when Eddie Moore was the president at the time. And I worked with Chief Jones and Chief Jimmy Wilson at the time. So that's where it started. I love working there. I brought that community policing ethic and morals to the town of Dumfries as a police officer, where I served here for many years before coming on council. So yes, I know that very well. I also know Norfolk State pretty good too, because Eddie Moore also went to Norfolk State to be the president down there after leaving St. Paul. So I'm very well versed in what it takes. And Dr. Law, who was responsible for making Virginia State University, at the time it was Virginia State College. He turned it into Virginia State University. So I knew him very well as well. So I could just go on through and name some names, but I'm very proud of the representation that we have here today from the HBCUs. I always say, you know, our recruiting town manager, you heard me say this for years, when y'all have, or when you know that you have the day that, what do you call it? When everyone comes, the that and the job fairs. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. The job fairs, when they come, when they're available, let us know. So we can send some representatives down there to recruit for our town and many of the departments that we have here for the town. Let us know when those job fairs are so we can send some representation down there. I'll be glad to go myself and talk about my town. I love it. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Thanks for coming out. Happy Black History Month. And everyone that came out, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Before I begin my remarks, I just wanted to take and just have a moment of silence right now to honor the lives lost in that recent plane crash. Thank you. Our hearts truly go out to the families and the loved ones who were impacted by that tragedy. I know many of us have flown in and out of that airport and seen many of that. And so we're just praying that they find strength and comfort during this difficult time. Now, as we enter February, Councilman Pete talked about all the great celebrations that we got going on, from Valentine's Day. We want to recognize and continue to just celebrate. So we'll celebrate a few more individuals on the 18th if you want to come back and praise some of the other ones. This year's theme for our Black History program and the National Black History theme is built around resilience and the achievements and contributions of African Americans throughout history. And so again, I'm going to extend the invitation, just like the rest of the council, that you are all invited to join us for our program on Sunday, February 23rd at 12:30. So after church, it'll be at Little Union Baptist Church. It'll be a great time of reflection, a great time of education, celebration, culture, history, and everything that shaped the American perspective. I was sitting here reflecting on how much work we've done just in January. I was like, man, we just in February. And I was reflecting and I said, last month, I had the opportunity to represent Dumfries and advocate for our community at so many different forums, summits, and legislative meetings. And I'll just name a few. I had the opportunity to go to the National League of Cities Housing Summit, and they focused this year on creating affordable housing and rental option. One of my biggest takeaways from that summit, which it was clear, is if we're going to drive down housing costs, and Bowser was a great speaker. She talked about how we got to increase our inventory. We got to increase our density. We have to bring more people in because there's a supply and demand. And so that means we need to explore ways to increase density while ensuring that we have some thoughtful and sustainable growth in our town. And it's going to be just figuring out the multimodal ways of transportation, how to get people off, because the more we increase density, the more we can bring jobs and businesses and everything close to town. Also had the opportunity to attend the Regional African American Mayors Roundtable, where we came together to strategize as mayors. How are we going to work together with the new administration? Because the federal government still has resources we need in all of our towns and communities. So we had to really sit down at a roundtable and figure out how do we continue to have a seat at the table to make sure that our voices are heard, to make sure that we still can be in the room to get policy passes. And these conversations are critical to make sure towns like Dumfries are considered in the funding and the policy decisions. It doesn't matter how you feel about the administration. We all need to have a seat at the table so that, as Hamilton says, so we're in the room where it happens. At the U.S. Conference of Mayors, all this in January, reinforced the importance. My biggest takeaway there was on public-private partnerships, or some of you might know them as P3s. One of the key strategies as we look into developing a thriving downtown district and a waterfront district is we got to continue to build strong relations between our government, our governing body, and private entities. And this is going to be essential for our town's economic growth in attracting businesses and creating a vibrant and sustainable community. With Councilman Young, I also had the opportunity to attend the State of the County Forum hosted by Chair DeSandra Jeffers and the State of Potomac District Forum hosted by Supervisor Andrea Bailey. Both of those events provided a lot of valuable insights into the regional priorities and how Dumfries actually fits into the broader vision for Prince William County. So it's making sure that Dumfries is a part of the conversation in all the towns and what's happening in Prince William County. Those forums kind of reaffirm to me the importance of really collaboration and partnership. One of the visions when I got elected in 2018 was to build those bridges. And so at the local level, we try to ensure that our town benefits from also a lot of the county-wide initiatives and resources. Additionally, last month, I traveled several towns down to the Virginia General Assembly alongside our town manager, also with the Prince William County Chamber of Commerce and the Virginia Municipal League. There, we were able to engage with elected officials on the state level and really to continue to share our vision for the town of Dumfries, a town with a well-managed government, citizens who are engaged. That's why Councilman Pete pushes the Dumfries Citizen Connect app to keep you engaged. And our vision is to have a thriving downtown. It's just a three-part vision: thriving downtown, engaged citizens, and a well-managed government. And achieving this vision for the town of Dumfries vision, it requires statewide support and community support. And we're going to continue advocating for those resources necessary to continue to move our town forward. And showing up in those rooms as a council, which is why we do it, why we go to these, because it ensures our voice is heard, that they see us, that we show up. It's why we're in the place that we're at. Some of you may have heard or seen that last month we were pleased to report that the town had a clean physical audit. Our reserves are up and our fund balance is looking real good. So it's a testament to a well-managed government, the financial responsibility that we take very seriously up here on this dais. Furthermore, I want to let you know today that I've spoken with the town manager and the town attorney about bringing forward an update to our real estate tax code to align with the state to provide much needed relief for our senior citizen community and our disabled community to make sure that, those homeowners. And we want to ensure that there's financial stability for our residents. That's one of our priorities. And we are actively working towards solutions that's going to ease those burdens on especially our aging and our disabled population. So we're excited for that to be coming forth in a future meeting here. On a personal note, I was honored last month to receive a 10-year service award from the Boys and Girls Club. Wow. Investing in our youth has been it's been rewarding aspects of my public service life, and I remain committed to helping create pathways to success for the next generation. I actually have one of my mentees here today that I mentor, Deron. Stand up so that people can see you. I have several young people that I'm mentoring in my mentorship program that we're going through. They're learning civic engagement, leadership. They're learning what it means to get in the room and to show up. And you'll be seeing them come in and out of different council meetings. As we move forward, I want to leave you with this final thought. Our perspective of the world and our environment is shaped by our life experiences. But there's always multiple perspectives to consider. So make sure you're not just looking based on your own perspective that you try to foster. I want to also end with, I'm reminded of this during our swearing in ceremony. And I reflect on the number of people who came there and then the number of people here. And I remember, years ago, I know Councilman Fields remember when he first got elected, it used to be 30 minutes to an hour. Their family wasn't invited, none of that. They would get sworn in. But it's been a testament to us driving this vision of just don't drive through Dumfries, but drive what? Yeah, come on, drive to Dumfries. That distinction is important because it speaks to the impact of the work that we're doing as a council, the work that our staff is doing, whether we're doing it for you or we're doing it for the surrounding communities. It's a testament to the viability of your council and its ability to bring people back to this town. Whether for community events, whether it be for business opportunities, whether it be for civic engagement. Dumfries is no longer just one of those stop along the way. It's a destination. And together we're going to continue to build on that momentum. Again, happy Valentine's Day, happy Black History Month. And I also want to say, I got to say this, February 12th is my 25th anniversary. So happy anniversary, baby, at home. Thank God. All right. We are going to take a 5-minute stretch break and give everybody a chance to step up. understand.
Thank you.
All right, check, check. All right, thank y'all. All right. We're off to our public hearings. Thank y'all for indulging us in a quick stretch break. The first public hearing is a consideration of zoning text amendment 2024-003, a proposed code amendment to Chapter 70, Article 3, to add cultural arts and entertainment and events as an allowable use in the B1 and B2 zoning district with conditions. Mr. Tabor, floor is yours.
So this is a public hearing and consideration of an ordinance approving ZTA 2024-003, amendments to the code to allow the cultural arts, entertainment, and events use in the B1 and B2 districts. Let's see. So yes. During the December 3rd, 2024 meeting, the town council adopted an ordinance approving the planning commission's recommendation to add a new definition, cultural arts, entertainment, and events to the town code. And the proposed code, this proposed code amendment would allow the cultural arts, entertainment, and events use in the B1 and B2 districts with conditions. During the January 13th, 2025 meeting, the Planning Commission voted to recommend approval of the amendment to allow cultural arts, entertainment, and events use in the B1 and B2 districts with conditions. And this illustrates the B1 district, which is primarily along Route 1 and Route 234, and the B2 district, which is neighborhood business use district along Main Street. And it is consistent with the comprehensive plan. The future land use map illustrated here shows a commercial along Main Street and mixed use as well as commercial and mixed use along Route 1. So staff recommends approval of the Planning Commission recommendation to approve the code amendment and add the allowable use in the B1 and B2 zoning districts with the following conditions. Events must end by 10 p.m. Sunday through Friday and 1 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday. And applicants must meet all relevant code requirements in the town, including those related to buildings, fire, noise, and parking. I'm happy to respond to any questions. And I apologize. There are representatives from the original applicant here this evening.
All right, we'll give them an opportunity to speak before we ask.
Good evening, Town Council, staff, Mr. Mayor. On behalf of our family, thank you for allowing me to say a few words. Exactly 30 years ago, our family opened a garden center called Dumfries Nursery, which was a small garden center that served our local community for over 2 decades right across the street from where we're sitting right now and standing. About 16 years ago, we had the idea of creating a banquet hall for hosting events here in the town of Dumfries, and we worked very close with the town at that time, as appears on the Inside Inova article there that I provided the council. At that time, unfortunately, plans didn't come to fruition. And at this time, we're hoping everything comes full circle and we have this great opportunity to create a truly special venue within the heart of Dumfries. Our family's been here in the town for over 30 years, and we're fully confident that this venue will be a very positive addition to the Main Street corridor of our town. Thank you to the staff for all your time that you've dedicated to this. We understand some of the limitations that regarding hours and days, and we do just ask the council if they would please consider adding the cultural arts and events as a by right in B1 and B2 districts in lieu of just the conditional use permit. And again, we believe this will further facilitate the ease of development. And by allowing the cultural arts and events as a by right, we believe it's going to remove a lot of the friction that typically comes with conditional use permits. And it's going to provide business owners the confidence to invest in projects long-term here in the Dumfries. And we also would ask the town to please consider hours of operation that are conducive to hosting events in the town of Dumfries for attracting a wide variety of events. I know that some of the hours that are proposed are a bit limited as far as Fridays, Monday through Friday is concerned. But if the town council would please take that in consideration, that as a venue center, Thursday through Sunday is the most desirable days for hosting events. So it's something that we believe is needed in order to compete with the rest of the venue centers in Northern Virginia when individuals are looking to decide where they're going to host their events. And just to reiterate what I've heard is a common theme about not just driving through Dumfries, but to Dumfries. We believe this is, we have the ability to create something that will truly make that happen. And thank you for your time and consideration.
Okay, council, any questions? Councilman Pete?
Yeah, so just have one question for you there, sir. Well, two concerns. First one is, what were your hours of operation again?
Currently, they've proposed Saturday and Sunday till 1 a.m., I believe, and then Monday through Friday till 10 p.m. That's correct? Yeah.
Okay. And secondly, what measures have you guys taken to mitigate the noise at those late hours?
Yeah, absolutely. So as far as sound is concerned, strategically within the building itself, we have the positioning of the sound so that it doesn't go out and it only elevates and comes down. So we've tested that and it does not go past our property currently, the way that the sound is positioned as far as music goes.
Okay, just wanted to get clarity on that because I know that was one of the concerns of one of our council members that's absent today.
Sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Councilman Young?
Yes, sir. Again, for the hours of operation.
Yes, sir.
Just so I'm understanding, so from Sunday through Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, it ends at 10 o'clock. Friday can go till 1 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning. Saturday can go till 1 o'clock Sunday morning. Is that correct?
I believe that's what's been proposed. Yes, sir.
Okay. And the second question, which I had with that also too, is that I don't see that in this particular presentation, was the extension of the parking lot area across from the venue. I believe that's where you have your current facility.
Correct. Yeah. So we currently have parking on within the facility itself. We also have parking available adjacent to us. Part of the what we're going to propose is an additional parking that's towards the other side of the property that sits down. It's a little bit sunken, but that is something that would be required at scale there. Yes, sir.
But not the use of the town halls.
The use at town hall on a conditional use, we would potentially ask for that on a conditional use until that parking is established there. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Councilman Fields, were you good?
Could you recite for us and for the record again, the staff recommendation and the recommendation from the planning commission?
Yes, the staff recommendation is for approval of the use within the B1 and B2 district with the conditions that events must end by 10 p.m. Sunday through Friday and 1 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. And that applicants must meet all code requirements in the town, including those related to buildings, fire, noise, and parking.
Okay, so I heard something different with the Sunday. So it's Friday night into Saturday,
Right,
1 AM.
right,
Saturday night into Sunday,
Right.
1 AM.
right.
Okay. And then, but I don't think it reads that way.
We did have a challenge with the planning commission in wording the language so that it meets the intent. And so the intent, of course, is for events on Friday, that start on Friday, to end at 1 AM on Saturday, and then events that start on Saturday to end by 1 AM on Sunday.
Just as long as that's clear.
Okay.
And not a Sunday night thing going on to 1 o'clock in the morning on.
On Monday, no, they would have to end it by 10 Sunday night.
Okay. All right. Sounds good to me. Thank you.
Councilman P.
Okay, so I'm piggybacking off of what Councilman Fields just said also, because I'm hearing two things. Just for clarity, on the Friday, are we asking of 10 PM or 1 PM? Because I've heard both.
Well,
I need clarity.
Friday, events that start on Friday can end 1 AM on Saturday.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Tabor.
All right, thank you for the staff report. At this time, we're going to open it up for public comment. First, were there any public that pre-signed up? All right, were there any citizens or anyone here wanting to speak in favor or against this? Please come to the mic. Okay, going once. All right, going twice.
Favor or against of that?
Yes, yes. Yep. For the public hearing, just state your name and address for the record and then state your comments.
Maria Martin, what else do you need?
The address, yeah.
18423 Cedar Drive, Triangle, Virginia, 22172.
Go ahead.
So you owned the nursery also? Thank you. It's actually really nice the way it looks from the outside, from the street. And seems like you have been doing improvement every so often, not every year, but every so often. It looks nice. I don't know how the building of the event look like. I don't know where it is, but hopefully it's going to kind of bring a little bit more of beauty to our town. And it would be, I think, great. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you. Was there anyone else wanting to speak? All right, going once, going twice. The public hearing is now closed. All right. Council, any further discussion? All right. This definitely fits into our vision of continuing to bring people in to drive traffic and cars into town. So with that said, Councilman Fields.
Being the clerk sitting here talking, and it's not written right. All right. At this moment, it says, events must end by 10 PM, Sunday through Friday. That is. And 1 AM okay, it's going into Saturday. It's. Yeah, it is. You gotta read it too. Yeah.
It sounds better.
I get it. We just gotta get the language correct. That's all.
That's all, right?
Yeah. So,
Still got the floor.
I think they're conversing. You understand what I'm saying, town manager and town attorney?
So
So the staff report is not incorporated in the ordinance. So the staff had made sure that they explained the intent. And I was just reviewing the ordinance with the town attorney to make sure that those hours wasn't in there. So I believe the ordinance is good if y'all approve it as it stands.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
All right. No. We're good.
Yeah. Go ahead, Councilman Young.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the action item.
Okay. I'll second. So the motion on the floor is to approve the ordinance approving the zoning text amendment to 2024-003, amending chapter 70 of the zoning, article 3 of the code of the town of Dumfries to add the allowable use of cultural arts and entertainment and events in the B1 and B zoning districts with conditions. All right, any discussion? All right, seeing none, Madam Clerk, call for the question. Yeah, I second, Russell.
Councilmember Pete,
Yes.
Councilmember Fields,
Yes.
Councilmember Young,
Yes.
Mayor Wood,
Yes.
motion's passed.
All right, next on our agenda is a public hearing to consider planning commission proposed amendments to the proffer condition to approve the rezoning of the property located at 3925 and 3955 Grand Park Road. Mr. Taylor.
Honorable Mayor and members of the council, this is a public hearing and consideration of an ordinance approving proffered condition amendment 2025-001, amendments to the proffers previously approved with the rezoning of the property located at 3925 and 3955 Grand Park Road for the Town Square Development Project. The Town of Dumfries Town Council previously approved a rezoning application, REZ 2016-001 in 2016, to rezone the property from B1 to PMUD, or Planned Mixed Use Development or District. The Planned Mixed Use Development or District rezoning contained proffers, including 270 multifamily housing units, of which 40 of the multifamily units were to be age restricted for persons 55 and older. The proffers were amended in 2022 to increase the number of age restricted multifamily dwellings to 100. The applicant proposes to amend the proffers associated with the rezoning in 2016 and amended in 2022 as follows. 1, the applicant shall construct buildings A and B and supporting infrastructure as depicted on the amended and incorporated master zoning plan amendment dated May 1st, 2024 on the approximately 5.16 acre tract of land. The applicant proffers that, and the town accepts and agrees that there shall be no requirement that any of the multifamily dwelling units constructed on the property be age restricted. Number 3, the attached and incorporated master zoning plan amendment uses shall supersede and replace any prior master zoning plan amendments to include, but not be limited to, any reference to uses thereon. Number 4, proffer 10, proffers specifically applicable to age-restricted housing units shall be deleted in its entirety from the proffers. And proffer 5 below is an identification of the proffers that have been satisfied, and they are listed. And all other proffers are not modified and remain the same in full force and effect. During the November 19th, 2024 meeting, the town council voted to refer the proposed proffer amendments to the planning commission for recommendation to town council. And during the January 13th, 2025 meeting, the planning commission voted to recommend approval of the amendments to the proffers. This illustrates the master zoning plan that was approved in 2016 and the location of the proposed site. And this shows the MZP that was approved with parking and structures. And this illustrates the proposed new layout, which would include buildings A and B. And building A, on upper floors, there would be 28 residential units, and the ground floor, 5,000 square feet of commercial space. And building B, which would face the parking lot, would include 32 residential units, which would remove without the age restriction and would maintain the income eligibility. This illustrates the site again at the corner of Grand Park Road and Old Triangle Road. And this is an aerial which illustrates it, and you can see the adjacency to the existing multifamily development on the site. And let me just go back. There would be, and there's proposed a pathway that would connect the existing structures to the new development. And this is an aerial which shows the wooded site, and this is from a street view looking south onto Old Triangle from Grand Park Road. And this is looking east on Grand Park Road, and the site where the trees are located are pictured. Staff recommends approval of the Planning Commission recommendation to approve the proposed proffer amendments. Thank you, and I'm happy to respond to any questions. And the applicant is here this evening.
Couple questions on your report.
Yes, sir.
What is the current parking requirement for there? What's in our code for there? And then what is that transportation in future, Grand Park Road, Old Triangle Road? What is the future multimodal modes of transportation coming over there? I think that's important for this conversation.
Yes, so there is proposed, there is an existing bus stop on Grand Park Road, and there would be enhanced connections to that bus stop. And parking requirements have been calculated, and they are met in the proposed development. Also, the applicant will have to go through the site plan approval process, and there we would ensure as well that parking requirements are met, both for the commercial use and the residential use.
Okay. Can we hear from the applicant? And I guess just for clarity, let us know when you came in on this project. I know some of us have been dealing with this project since 2013, and I know it's unchanged hands. So just tell us your relationship to the project and how you kind of came on, and those, you give us a little black story.
Absolutely. My name is Andy Davenport. I'm Vice President of Real Estate Development for Community Housing Partners. I was here last month talking a little bit about this, and I'm just wanted to say, especially in light of tonight's presentations, how eager I am to be working in Dumfries and all the exciting things that are going on. And how much I think this project will actually help bring that around. I joined Community Housing Partners in August of 2023, so I've been in the role about 18 months now. And I do know there's a lot of history with this site and some promises not met by perhaps my predecessors, and want to acknowledge that to this council, and that, quite frankly, we have not, CHP, done a very good job communicating with council. Something I hope you guys realize that I'm working to rectify with active communications. In fact, a few months ago, I sent every member of council an email apology and an introduction to hopes that we could work together, because this is, as I discussed at our last meeting, also not our only property in the town of Dumfries. We're also subject to the road widening. Some of our property is going to be taken for that development, and want to have those conversations with you about that site as well, so that we're really coordinating with your consolidated plan, and with the vision that you guys are really pushing here in Dumfries in terms of bringing back some of that Main Street feel, the waterfront district. I think these are really exciting times. And I think the reason why the change for this came about was multifold. The first was the site is extremely hilly. So we're coming off the end of the hill. And it became obvious when we, from the pandemic, that the costs associated with that kind of construction are so astronomical at this point that became less feasible. Also, the restrictions on Virginia Housing's money, it's very competitive. So you kind of have to constrain what you build sometimes, because I may want to add 10 units, but Virginia Housing isn't going to give me any more money because I won't be competitive. So that becomes some of the challenges there. What we're also doing here, I think, fits with the comp plan in that we're bringing the community more to the street. That bus stop there now, not only the residents at what we're calling Crestview Family will get to enjoy, but the residents will now be connected from all the town squares, so they can walk to that bus and use it more. The 5,000 square feet of commercial space, instead of being tucked on top of the hill and back behind our development, will be accessible to anyone on Grant Park Road and those coming off of Triangle Road. So that's, I think one of the benefits, the other benefits to the town for this modification. So I am so thankful for you guys hearing this today and sharing your time with me. I'm happy to ask any questions about this development or the work that CHP does.
Councilman Fields.
Man, I hit my button before, Boy, I'm lucky. Thank you for being just honest and upfront about acknowledging the struggles that we've had in the past. I appreciate that more than anything. And the only question I have is a why, because I did say something about how the units are going with maybe an older or 55 plus, but you're sort of mixing it in there now. So I just want to know why. I would like to see the whole building 55 plus.
Understood. So the 55 plus is an interesting designation twofold. So it's an age restriction, but 25% of your units are eligible to disabled people who are under 55. That's the kind of Fair Housing HUD rule around there. So then you're introducing a level of permanent supportive housing that isn't always conducive for an otherwise family development. But that's not, that's needed housing. Let's not, I don't want to discount that, but I do want to say that in addition to that, we're then increasing the likelihood of very low, the percentage of very low income renters versus the mix of, we're projecting between 30% of area median income and 80% of area median income. 80% of area median income is like $120,000 for a family of four. I mean, that's two working folks and their kids. So and they need that. That's affordable housing for them because that doesn't exist in many communities.
Gotcha.
So that helped. But the cost associated with that type of double loaded corridor construction, 2 elevator building, backup generator in the side of a hill was much easier to complete in 2018 than it is in 2025. Inflation might not be going as high as it was, but it never went back down. So we're paying really high construction pricing, and interest rates just aren't conducive to that type of development right now.
I understand. See, that's something I didn't know at first. So, the educational piece is great in there. Well, with that being said, I don't think I have any more questions. Man, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So I'm glad I know now. And now I have a reason why. When someone asks, well, why isn't it this way? Well, okay, because you have to provide more accommodations for that. But that's good. That's good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilman Pete.
Thank you for bringing this back to our attention and clearing up a lot of things that we had some time ago here. And I want to piggyback off of Councilman Fields here and Mayor Woods for thank you for being honest, because that's what we're asking for as we move forward. And my biggest thing is thank you for the communication and bringing us this updated communication, because you know, the last time it was a hard no. Right now we're like, okay, we get it. We see the direction that you guys are trying to move into, and we're understanding the concepts and why there's been some changes. I just have one question for you. When we talk about commercial space, how much square footage of space that we're talking about when we talk about commercial space? Because I just don't want to leave it as commercial space, and then we have like one.
We have
lot.
proffered, I think it's 5,000 square feet, minimum of 5,000 square feet. That was the original approved amount, and that remains today.
You said that's minimal, or you?
That's the minimum, as I understand it, Reggie. Yep.
Okay. All right. That was my only question. Again, thank you for the updated, truthful information to the council. Thank you much.
Councilman Young.
Yes, again, I want to echo exactly what my colleagues have said, and just thank you again for bringing this up. In similar projects in which you've had this of the same scope, as far as the unit itself and the 5,000 square feet of commercial space, what kind of businesses do you look forward to? I guess working with the town, wanted to see exactly what would be good for the town. What kind of business ideas have you had for that space?
So I'll tell you what we've done in the past. We do a lot of, we've had some daycares, and this is true for a lot of, I've been in this industry for a long time, so I've done this in other places as well. Daycares are always a good option for us. In some cases, I've had nonprofits come in. In one case, I had elected to put their offices there. We have tax credit investors, and very, very specific about what they do not want in there. And that's like restaurants with the full fire risk. Below residences, they won't invest in that. No vice oriented, no smoke shops, no alcohol, anything like that.
So here's something to make sure I'm clear. So the nation designed the affordable development section had development section to the ground, flatten it out. So we're reducing the density by roughly 25%. Yeah, well, I don't know what exact density was. I thought at one point it was 62 units. It was 96. Okay, but yeah, and bringing it down from the top of the hill to the most sustainable street slot. Okay, so now we're proposing, what is it, 60 units? 60 units.
All right. So, and what would be the challenge with going higher?
The challenge with going higher is we're, I think, at a 3-story. With a 4-story to be marketable, I should have an elevator. Elevators get more expensive. Also, if we add additional units and go vertical, I may run into requiring a parking variance under the current rules. And one of the other challenges is you'll notice if you look at the 9% tax credit awards for the past few years especially, they're all coming in somewhere between 50 to 70 units, unless a municipality is coming out. Like I'm doing a 94 unit deal in Alexandria. The city of Alexandria is giving me $11 million. So I don't generate more money from the state or Virginia housing for units above really 50 or 60. So at that point, adding more units I don't have the other sources to pay for it.
Got it. Cash. All right. The other question I wanted to talk about, I don't know if this is written in the proffers amendments, but what is your curb and gutter going to look like coming around Old Triangle and Grand Park Road?
I don't know that we've worked exactly how that will finally look. I know that'll be a big part of the site plan approval process. I'm not the designer, so I wouldn't know the answer anyway.
Just wanted to make sure that we had lighting and curb and gutter. All right, I have no more questions. Councilman Peake has another question.
Actually, too, I want to piggyback off the what the mayor said, because that's very key. when he spoke about that gutter coming out of that Grand Park Road. That thing floods there. I'm not for sure if you guys know are aware of that, but there is a heavy gush of water that comes off that hill into the that little corner there. So I'm not for sure if you guys want to take a look at that when it rains, so you can get a visual of that.
Yeah.
But that would be key right there.
And I believe we have stormwater retention in our plans as part of our requirements. So we have to catch all the water that comes on our site in all our impervious areas.
Okay, and then second, for clarity, because maybe I missed it, with your commercial space, does that include a daycare center or no?
No, I have to lease that. Those are the types of businesses we typically use.
Okay,
But this is one of those areas I'm going to need help as we're identifying, talk to businesses. I would love to work with your Chamber of Commerce, with council to find, the appropriate businesses, because we're going to have a family site. We want appropriate businesses that are going to help the community, help the town.
Understood, because we understand the changes that we have to do in remodel and remarketing, but at the same time, we're trying to stick as close to possible as the first proposal as possible.
Understood.
Okay, thank you.
So just for visual aid, the average retail space is what? 2,000, 2,500 square feet?
2,500 square feet for your kind of regular store shop type of thing.
Possibly two retail spots in it.
Two retail spots, or if we could go big, if we could get a CVS, cross your fingers. I mean, they're parking intensive, so they would want more parking than we can probably provide reasonably, but that would be a great business. I would love an independent pharmacist. If there's a local independent pharmacies, those are great businesses to have in your community as well.
General Assembly. Okay. All right, well, thank you. I'm gonna open up the public hearing and then we'll come back to council. Is there anyone signed up for the public hearing to speak? All right. Anyone for or against wanted to speak on this? Okay. No, it's not a question and answer. It's just we're gonna take a motion in a minute, and so you're either for or against this for the community, so we can get questions at the end. All right. Seeing that, I will now close the public hearing. Public hearing is closed. Council, any discussions or motions on the floor?
Just one, Mayor.
Yes, Council.
Just one, Mayor. Town manager, if we can give the guys and if we can get their information forwarded to me so I can talk to them.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. All right. I will make a motion to approve the CUP for the application for proposed amendments to the proper condition, approving the rezoning of the property located at 3925 and 3955 Grand Park Road.
I'll second that motion, Mr. Mayor.
The ordinance. Okay.
Yeah.
The word ordinance in there. All right, it's been moved in second. Any further discussion? All right, seeing none, call for the question.
Councilman Pete,
Yes.
Councilman Fields,
Yes.
Councilman Young,
Yes.
Mayor Wood.
Yes.
The motion has passed.
All right, congratulations, gentlemen. All right, next on the agenda is a public hearing to consider conditional use permit for application for the adult daycare located at 3908 Lansing Court.
Honorable Mayor and members of council, this is a public hearing in consideration of an ordinance approving a conditional use permit application CUP 2024-002 to locate an adult daycare center at 3908 Lansing Court. The town of Dumfries received a conditional use permit application from Gregory and Friends LLC to locate the adult daycare center at 3908 Lansing Court. The property is zoned B2 and the proposed use is permitted with a conditional use permit. The property is located on Lansing Court, as mentioned, which is accessed by Main Street, as illustrated here in green. The rectangle in green is the property, and Main Street is to the left. And then this illustrates the fact that it's a unit within a larger or suite within a larger building. And the comprehensive plan future land use map illustrates the property as commercial, and this complies with the comprehensive plan. And during the January 13th, 2025 meeting, the Planning Commission voted to recommend approval of the CUP. And staff recommends approval of the conditional use permit with the following conditions. One, the applicant must obtain and maintain a license for the proposed use through the Virginia Department of Behavioral Health and Developmental Services. Two, the applicant must obtain a certificate of occupancy from the town of Dumfries. Three, the number of clients and staff shall not exceed the capacity allowed with the the condition, certificate of occupancy. And number four, the applicant must obtain and maintain a business license from the town of Dumfries. And number five, the applicant must comply with all other relevant federal, state, and local codes. I'm happy to respond to any questions. And the applicant is here this evening.
All right, any questions, or we could bring the applicant up? Ma'am, would you like to address the council?
Yes, good evening, Mayor Wood and council members. So basically, Gregory and Friends is a group day support program for adults with disabilities and people who basically have aged out of the school system who have disabilities where they can't function in a meaningful society, meaningful employment. So what we basically do is provide social activities for them and then help them reintegrate into society as best as their disabilities would allow. So do you have a question for me?
I was listening to your presentation. I didn't know if you were finished. Are you finished? Or are you in the middle?
I mean, I can take questions.
Oh, no, we was listening to your presentation.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, so what we do is to help these people and help them integrate into society as best as we can. So that's what this is about.
All right, so I guess the question about kind of like, are you looking at longevity? So is this something that you're funding, or the people come in, they pay? Like, is this adult daycare where we can recommend people and then they pay you? Or is this something that comes through the state or another program?
So these are people who have been through Community Services Board, and they have a waiver from the state of Virginia. So the state pays through Medicaid programs, and they have to be vetted based on their disabilities, because people have different acuity levels. So different intensity groups get funded differently by the state. So this is all state-based.
Got it. Understood. Okay. All right, council, any questions? All right, seeing no questions, I will open up the public hearing. Madam Clerk, was there anyone signed up to speak?
No, just the applicant. The applicant has signed up, but
Okay.
that's all.
All right. Is anybody here wanting to speak on this? All right, seeing none, the public hearing is now closed. All right. All right, any further discussion? And Mr. Tabor, give us the staff recommendation one more time without the conditions.
The staff recommendation is to approve the Planning Commission recommendation, which is to approve the conditional use permit.
Okay.
With conditions.
All right, with conditions, got it.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve action item C to consider CUP 2024-002 on the application of conditional use permit for the Gregory and Friends LLC to locate on adult and Adult Daycare Center at 3908 Lansing Court.
Second.
By ordinance.
Second again.
Okay, by
Ordinance, sorry, sir.
Okay. All right, it's been motioned and second. Seeing no further discussion from the dais, Madam Clerk, call for the question.
Councilmember Pete,
Okay. All right, yes.
Councilmember Fields,
Yes.
Councilmember Young,
Yes.
Mayor Wood,
Yes.
motion's passed.
All right, next item on our agenda is a public hearing to request the authority of the town manager to enter into a lease agreement between the town of Dumfries and the Crisis Pregnancy Centers of Prince William and Fauquier Counties for Suite 180. And we're going to do that by resolution. Madam Town Manager, do you have anything you want to add?
I was just at the term of the lease will commence on February 14, 2025, with the expiration of March 31st, 2035, which encompasses approximately 44,900 square feet. The tenant's monthly rent will be $25 per square foot. The annual term base rent escalation will be 2% over the 10-year term, and the tenant will have an option to extend their lease for 2 additional 5-year periods, sir.
Okay. All right, council, any questions? All right, is the applicant here? Madam, you want to come and speak?
Good evening, everyone.
Evening.
My name is Becky Sheets. I'm the CEO. The name of the organization, the Crisis Pregnancy Centers of Prince William and Fauquier Counties, is our name from 1989 when we were founded. The name of the pregnancy medical centers is First Care Women's Health, so it's a little bit easier to say, but we are absolutely delighted by the opportunity to serve this community and to have a presence in this community and in this beautiful space that y'all have available. So I don't have a whole lot of comments. I just want to say thank you and express my gratitude and answer any questions that y'all might have.
Okay, council, any questions? All right, seeing this on the, yeah, this is on the first floor, 1A. All right, Mr. Pete.
Maybe I get with you later, but I'm curious to know what type of programs that you guys will be providing for those adults there, because we've had this some time ago.
Okay.
And I had some question marks then, so maybe I can get with you outside of the records here and then see what you guys got going on there.
I'd be delighted to talk with you, sir.
Absolutely,
Yes,
thank you.
All right, seeing no more discussion from council, I will now open the public hearing. Are there any members of the public signed up, Madam Clerk? Anyone here wishing to speak on this matter? Anyone here wishing to speak on this matter? Okay, seeing. Okay, in support or against? Just let us, all right.
I would like to know if your organization will provide some type of education.
So this isn't question, we just, just speak to why you support it or why you against it. This is a public hearing for that.
Okay. So I support because it's probably going to help pregnant ladies to make a more intelligent decision before they make a decision that may be very detrimental for the rest of their lives. Either way, when you're a mom, you are a mom. But when you are not a mom purposely, maybe it will cause some even mental issues in the future. So thank you for being in the area.
Okay, thank you. All right. Anyone else here to speak on that? All right, seeing none. The public, when it's getting in it. The public hearing is now closed. All right. Any further discussion or motions on the floor? All right, I motion to approve the resolution giving the town manager authority to enter into a lease agreement between the town of Dumfries and the Crisis Pregnancy Centers of Prince William and Fauquier Counties for Suite 180.
Second.
All right, it's been motion and second. Is there any further discussion All right, seeing none, Madam Clerk, call for the question.
Councilmember Pete,
Yes.
Councilmember Fields,
Yes.
Councilmember Young,
Yes.
Mayor Wood.
Yes.
That motion has passed.
All right. Next on the agenda, the Town Council of Dumfries desires to go into a closed meeting pursuant to 2.2-3711 Alpha 1, the Matters Code of Virginia, to discuss and consider personnel matters included but not limited to the appointment, assignments, and performance of specific public office appointees. That's my motion.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to second that motion.
All right, it's been motion and second. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, Madam Clerk, please call for the question.
Councilmember Pete.
Yes.
Councilmember Fields,
Yes.
Councilmember Young,
Yes.
Mayor Wood.
Yes.
We are now in closed session.
All right, so I'm gonna take 5. So what I do, what I gotta do? Good to see you back in here, Chief.
Absolutely.
Healthy and strong.
Push that contest.
All right, I make a motion that in accordance with the provision of the Freedom of Information Act 2.2-3712 Code of Virginia, that only public business matters lawfully exempt from open meeting were heard, discussed, or considered, and only public business matters were identified by the motion were discussed in the closed session. That's my motion.
Second the motion, Mr. Mayor.
All right, any discussion? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, could you please call for the question and certify it?
Councilman Pete,
Absolutely.
Councilman Fields,
Yes.
Councilman Young,
Yes.
Mayor Wood.
Yes.
We are now back in open session.
All right, is there anything to report or any motions to make? Councilman Young?
Yeah.
Okay. He's making this.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I would like to make a motion to appoint Monique Wood to the Planning Commission to fill the seat recently vacated by a current, or should I say, previous member for the unexpired term ending June 30th, 2028.
Mr. Mayor, I second that motion.
All right, it's been motion and second. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, Madam Clerk, would you call for the question?
Councilman Pete,
Yes.
Councilman Fields,
Yes.
Councilman Young,
Yes.
Mayor Wood.
Abstain.
That motion's passed. That motion's passed.
Okay. This time our meeting is adjourned.